The conversations you have with yourself when you're filming. All right, so today we've got a massive drugstore try-on haul video. Everything is under, listen, the title is $15. Technically it's $16. Don't kill me. $16 doesn't have the same ring to it. Everything else is pretty much under like $10. Listen, the fact that now eggs are like the same price as a makeup product is insane. Actually, comment down below how much eggs are by you, because in San Diego right now, they're like $7-8 a carton, which is insane. Unless you go to Trader Joe's. Love Trader Joe's. There's been so many new launches, drugstore and high-end. I recently did a Sephora try-on haul video. Love finding some drugstore winners. So if you enjoy this video while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. All the products I tried out today are listed down below in the description box, along with jewelry, everything else I'm wearing. But here we go. Okay, there's so many new launches. I'm so excited. One of the things I am the most excited to try, because I've just heard incredible things about so far, is the e.l.f. Whoa Glow SPF 30 SPF and makeup primer. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. I'm a big Supergoop glow screen fan. That's like ultimate SPF plus primer plus glow. It's extremely glowy though, but I'm curious to see how this compares. Also, I have tried the Sunbeam SPF that a lot of people compare to Supergoop, and to me, I don't love that one as much. It's more of a thin consistency. The glow screen to me has more moisture, and also I can just see the shimmer in the Sunbeam, whereas glow screen gives you this like super glowy finish, but just looks like incredible glowy skin. Let's see how the e.l.f. does. I think e.l.f. is one of the coolest brands to see the evolution. Like, remember when everything was $1, you could only get it online, and then they got in Target, and then now they just do a lot of dupes now, I feel like, but they also just have such killer formulas. I'm still a big e.l.f. fan, but I feel like they're one of the brands over the years that has just made such a good glow up. No pun intended. Ooh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Definitely given Supergoop glow screen vibes. This off the bat, for sure closer to Supergoop than Sunbeam. Ooh, this looks pretty. Supergoop does this thing where there's no coverage in it, but it does give you this just like kind of evenness to your skin tone. Like, it evens out some of the redness. There's a slight tint to it, and it can be too much when I don't have tanner on sometimes. And this one, I don't have tanner on, by the way, but this one seems wearable to me without tanner on, which I like. I love how this one's drying down. Feels good, looks good. So far so good on e.l.f. This is looking beautiful. So Essence launched a ton of new products, and I ordered pretty much everything on Ulta, but one of them is this Poreless Partner Primer. It says mattifying and blurring with niacinamide. So this is a mattifying primer. So I'm just gonna try this around my nose first, or on my pores, and see how it mattifies and see if it kind of fills in the pores. Because one thing with glowy SPFs or just glowy face products in general is it does kind of emphasize your pores. So I like doing the combo sometimes of a glowy base, but then also like a pore blurring primer just on the areas I need it, not all over my face. This is very scented. Smells good, but it's, yeah, heavily scented. I think I did a little bit of something. Yeah, I think that did do a little bit. I'm gonna do it on my chin. Feels very just like a serum almost. Feels like a lightweight serum. And then it kind of dries down. Seems like it's doing a little softening, actually. I might do just a little bit right here. It is mattifying. Yes, it's confirmed. I'm doing it just right here. I like the glowy look right here. I feel like it looks nice and healthy, so could be a good one for just like targeted areas. So Essence launched a new foundation. It says, keep me covered, long-lasting foundation, transfer and waterproof. I got the shade 70 Warm Shell, which I was thinking was gonna be more of a tanner color, but actually I think this probably runs a little light, because this might work. Looks a little dark and yellow, but I don't think it got the perfect shade match. There's ones lighter that I probably could have gone with, but it says silky lightweight texture with a smooth matte finish, medium to high coverage for up to 16 hours of wear. Quick update on another drugstore foundation I've been trying. I've been really enjoying this. It's the NYX Bare With Me Blur. 6 Soft Beige is like my tanner shade, and I've been really liking this. I do feel like it looks nice and soft matte. It has good coverage actually. It does look blurring, so gonna update in my foundation updates video, but so far so good on that one for sure. I have a weird sixth sense with my mic battery in this mic. I always can tell when it's about to die for some reason. I'm gonna check 50 times in this video because I feel like it's about to happen. Haven't changed the battery in a while. Okay, I'm gonna use my Haley's foundation brush on one side of my face and then a sponge on the other, I think. Little yellow, but it can work, especially once I do my bronzer and everything. I think it has a slight fragrance, but not too much like the primer. Oh, that actually smells really good. Smells like a perfume I have, but not too overpowering. This is looking like, with that amount that I put on, that looks like full coverage with the brush. It's looking pretty. I do think the glow screen, the e.l.f. Whoa Glow is coming through underneath. You can see like the sheen, but I have a feeling on its own this is probably pretty matte because it's just like kind of a satin finish. Just using a dry sponge. This is like one of the only sponges I like to use dry. You can't do this with every sponge, only certain ones that don't absorb the foundation. It's looking really pretty with a sponge too. I think you could go either way with this one, brush or sponge. Okay, I actually rarely do this, but I was just curious for some reason about this foundation. Looked on Ulta, and right now it's only getting 1.7 stars, but only has 12 reviews. But it seems like that's because of the shade range. So let me see this situation. Yeah, it does not come in a lot of shades. I just can't believe that we're still, like, we're in 2023, man. You can't launch a foundation. There's 15 shades on Ulta. I hope we're past that. Clearly we're not. So shade range sucks, which is unfortunate. It's definitely oxidizing now. It does look a little bit dark for me. I think I prefer the brush side a little more. So I'm actually gonna go in with the brush on my forehead. Hope I can avoid my slicked back bun here. I'm just gonna take my sponge and just go right over, nothing on it. Just press it into my skin right here. Okay, it definitely looks like a full coverage foundation. I can definitely like see it on my skin a little bit more than, you know, my go-to lately has been like tinted moisturizers. So, and you definitely get just like more of a natural kind of finish with most tinted moisturizers, the good ones. For a full coverage foundation, I do think it's looking nice on my skin. I like the finish of it. I like that I can see the glow coming through a bit, but it's just like a nice satin kind of finish now. Okay, I just did my brows because I didn't have new products to test for that, but I'll link the 2 products that have been my go-to brow products lately down below. It looks like it might crease a little bit around my mouth area, but we'll see. I'm curious because it is supposed to be waterproof and transfer proof. So I also picked up the Essence Keep Me Covered Concealer. So this is the same thing from the line. And both of these, by the way, are vegan, no added fragrance, silicones, or mineral oil. It says buildable medium coverage. Don't love that. Why? You don't need a buildable concealer. You're not going to build it up. You're not going to add like multiple layers underneath your eye. I usually like full coverage concealers because then you can just use a dot and a little bit of product goes a long way, but it has a paddle applicator, which I like. I've been getting so many questions about the concealer brush I've been using, and it's from Anissa. They did give me a code for you guys because a lot of you are asking about it. So you can use the code Taylor and that'll give you a discount on it. It is an affiliate code, just FYI, but I've been loving this. It's like my kind of concealer brush where it's dense. It has a nice angle to it. Just blends out product really nicely. The shade is good. Looking dry. Yeah, looking dry. It immediately started creasing too. Essence concealers usually are not my fave. I'm gonna leave this one on for a little bit longer and just see if it needed to dry down. Some of them do. It has like a lightweight kind of feel to it. Face is definitely darkening, so I would say that foundation oxidizes about a shade, maybe even a shade and a half. Pass on that concealer. Definitely not my favorite. Looking dry, not looking great, not looking like good coverage. It's a pass for me. Okay, Physicians Formula launched some exciting new products. One of them is this liquid bronzer, so it's the Butter Glow. I have the shade Bronze. Also came out with a highlighter from this line. Oh, is this a sponge tip? Wait, this is gonna be exciting if it's a sponge. It's not. Bummer. What is this then? For me, what I look for is one that doesn't pick up product because a lot of liquid bronzers can almost like take away the coverage of foundation underneath. So we'll see if that happens. I'm gonna swatch this on my hand first, especially on fair skin. The tone can just look really orange, but then, you know, when I have tanner on, it'll look totally different. But looking a little orange, but we'll see it on the face. Smells like the usual Physicians Formula bronzer, very coconutty, which I'm into. So it does say it's supposed to be illuminating. I'm gonna kind of start with my finger, I guess. Oh yeah, this is looking orange. And then blend it in with the brush. Oh, actually looks very different once it's blended out. This actually is working for fair skin. Definitely isn't like a cool toned contour shade or anything. Not bad, man. That actually looks pretty dang good. Look how much oranger it looks when you first put it on. Oranger? Why did that sound like it wasn't a word? Orangier. Look how much oranger I look. Oranger. The conversations you have with yourself when you're filming. Feels like a lightweight kind of just gel liquid. It does look glowy for sure. I mean, you can see in the light it is reflecting, which it says it is illuminating. I actually just realized I have another new concealer to try. It's the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Concealer. It says buildable, hydrating, brightening, and smoothing. That's interesting for a concealer. In the shade Vanilla, I might actually try, if this shade is gonna work, layering this. Let's do it. Because I don't like how the Essence concealer is looking, and why not try? I love the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. That's always a fave. Obviously this is on top of the Essence, so I'm gonna, you know, test it without for sure on its own too, but Oh, interesting. I actually am seeing a little bit of the smoothing claim. It does look very soft. Even though it's on top of the Shitty Essence one, it's actually looking pretty nice. I am excited to keep using that one. Since my face has oxidized and it does look a little bit too dark now, I think I actually want to highlight my nose a bit and maybe chin with this. Might be a good one to use as like a face concealer. Okay, that is looking nice. I'm gonna try it on right here. Not that I need coverage, but I do just want to lighten, and like I said, I like the finish on my face. Ooh, so Essence came out with a new stick blush. This is in the shade Rosé All Day. I'm gonna swatch this shade. Here's the, whoa. Oh my God. It smells exactly like a watermelon lip smacker. Holy shit, that's scented. Shade looks pretty. It doesn't feel super blendable though for a cream product, so I don't know about that scent. That's a little much for me. The thing I am so excited to try are these Essence baked blushes. So the Pure Nude highlighter from Essence is one of my all-time favorite makeup products. Beautiful if you've never tried that. One of the best products all around, like drugstore or high-end. I think it's just so unique and stunning as like a natural looking highlighter. And this is from the same line. So these are their new Pure Nude baked blushes. I got 3 shades and turns out well, these two look very similar, I would say. This one has a little more purple in it. So this one is Berry Cheeks, and then we have Rosy Rosewood. These ones look really similar. Like you definitely, I don't think, need both of these unless they look significantly different on the face. And then this is the lightest one. This is Pink Flesh, which actually might be like a pretty blush topper. Here's Berry Cheeks up close and Rosy Rosewood. I do want to try this. I'm a little scared though because it does feel on the stiffer side, but let's do it. We're doing it. Then I guess the other one's over top. I'm gonna just go in, like dab it in. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm doing. I just did it. Here we go. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's actually looking really pretty. I can't with this scent though. The scent is way too much. It's unfortunate because this actually looks very pretty on the face. The color is something I would go for. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side just so I don't have 2 different looking cheeks here, but it has like a satin finish. Before I go in with the powder blush, I'm gonna powder some of my under eye. This is my favorite powder to do that with, the Essence Powder Foundation. I just do the outer half of my eye. Okay, that Flower Beauty concealer is looking nice. Here we go. Now the question, which friggin' shade to go in with? Maybe do one on each. I'm gonna do Rosy Rosewood on this side. This one looks like it might be slightly more satin than the berry one. The berry one looks like it has a little more glow in it. Yeah, definitely pigmented. Ooh, it's looking pretty though. I think I'm gonna prefer the berry one though, just the shade, but the finish is looking really nice and soft. Going with Berry Cheeks. I'm gonna kind of wipe off the brush, what I just had on. Whoa. Okay, that's really pigmented. On my skin tone, at least without tanner on, I think berry is too much. That's looking like, whoa, I gotta, you know, use a powder brush and kind of blend that out. But I think if I have tanner on, this might be the one that I prefer because it just has this look to it, I can tell. They're both doable, but obviously I'm looking like way too blushed right now. So I'm gonna add a little bit to my nose and then I'm gonna take my powder brush without anything on it, just like whatever leftover powder's on here, and just kind of go over it, tone it down a little bit, because whoa. I want to take the lightest shade though, and almost try it like how I use my Ciate blushes like this, where I use like a smaller highlighting brush, and then just kind of go over a little bit lower, where I would almost apply highlighter and see how it looks. Ooh, that looks really pretty. And update on this that I talked about in another video is the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlighter. I actually don't love this. I think it has a similar look to the Charlotte Tilbury one on me, where it just looks like a little textured on my skin. I think you can just see the texture a little bit too much on your face, and like even on my hand, it is like emphasizing the little, you know, wrinkles or whatever you want to call it on my hand a little bit more. I'm so curious. This is a new launch from Physicians Formula. It's their Butter Glow Pressed Powder in Translucent Glow. It says it's a universally flattering, long-wearing, radiance-boosting pressed powder. Natural, all over, lit from within kind of glow. And I can't tell you how happy I am that finally Physicians Formula listened to the feedback and look. They just have normal-sized compacts now, not like massive things that are bubbling out, you know, like their old products. So really happy they changed that. Here's the powder. The look of this is reminding me of Laura Geller, which I used to love. I'm gonna use my powder brush to kind of create more of like a diffused look, but I'm gonna start on my cheeks in case this is too glowy for me for an all over face powder. Something like this though, if it is too glowy, you can use over more of a matte foundation. You just kind of have to, you know, balance out the finishes. I think this is definitely coming through the foundation. I'm gonna go over the whole thing just so we can see. Okay, I do feel like a little just like softening is happening. My pores on this side are looking a little more emphasized, and also I just need some more like blending. So I'm actually curious, like going over the blush and stuff, if this is gonna help tone it down and blend a little bit. Yeah, right? Okay, that is doing actually some like softening. Look around my pores now. My pores on this side definitely look softer than they just did. I'm actually really happy that with a brush like this, it doesn't seem like it's glow overboard. Okay, forehead is a true test for me with powder, but also see how glowy it is right now. So let's just see what happens to the finish. Dude, this has a lot of potential. I always update in speed reviews videos and future vlogs as I'm like testing them more. So if you haven't seen my vlogs, I do a lot of makeup in there too. Things are balancing out nicely. I want to try this concealer as almost like an eye primer. It just has that feel to me where it might be a good one. So love this brush. This is like my go-to brush for eye primer. I'll link it down below. It's from Sephora. I picked up this new eyeshadow palette from LA Girl. It's their Foreplay eyeshadow palette in the shade Cowgirl. Foreplay and Cowgirl. Okay. Am I okay? How do I open this? What is happening? Well, it doesn't look like it's sealed, but I literally can't get this open. These shades look right up my alley just for like day to day. I'm gonna start with this guy. LA Girl makes some good shadows. They're usually pretty nice, and a couple of my favorite drugstore palettes are LA Girl. I'll link them down below, the ones I'm referring to. I'm gonna use that same shade but on a smaller brush now just to place it kind of more directly and more pigmented. It looks like different than in the pan for sure. Okay, let's use that green shade. And first use my finger to apply it to the lid. I love a good green shadow. Okay, looks pretty. Nothing crazy, but looks pretty. I do want it to pop a little bit more, so I'm gonna take it on a brush and wet it. Speaking of green tea break. I've been loving this. I just got this at Walmart. It's the Jasmine green tea unsweetened. If you like green teas, this is good. I don't like sweetened. I just like it plain. Cheers. I'm just gonna spray some hard candy setting spray. You could use water, whatever, any setting spray. Then apply it to my lid while it's still wet. Yep, there we go. You can do this with pretty much any eyeshadow. It usually just takes it to the next level if you wet your brush. Especially with MAC, like certain setting sprays are better. I will say MAC Fix Plus I think is amazing for this. Okay, now I'm gonna take the lightest shade. It's like champagne-y looking shade. That did not a lot. Don't love that shade. It's almost like chalky or something. This looks more like a topper, I guess, so I'm just gonna apply that over top. Definitely a little flaky, a little chalky. Okay, I'm thinking you could probably skip this palette. It's fine, it's working, but I don't think it's like incredible. I'm gonna take that lightest shade because I do want to try it and just kind of apply it. That looks like it might be actually a nice like matte inner corner shade just to brighten up. Because I have it here, I'm gonna take the Flower Beauty face illuminator and apply that to the inner corner. There we go, whoa. Just kind of blending it into that green. I'm actually gonna go with my Essence Coffee to Glow palette for some of the browns. I'm gonna take this shade for the lower lash line. This blush is looking pretty, the more I'm looking at it. Then I'm gonna deepen up a bit with this shade. Just working that into my outer V and kind of angling it up a bit. I haven't done like a full smoke look in a while, so let's do it. I'm gonna use the Treilus Fuerte eyeliner. I've been loving this. Just glides on the waterline really nicely and is very black. And I've been using this to tightline too, but I'm gonna bring it a little bit down and then smudge it out with some black eyeshadow. I'm gonna use Ulta Beauty Late Night. This isn't the blackest black, but so far it hasn't been transferring or like falling down or transferring up if I use it on the top, so I like it for that purpose. But it's definitely not like a super, super black. But just kind of like stamping over that liner. Then on more of like a blending brush, I'm gonna do that same thing. I feel like anytime you use blacks on the waterline and down below, you just wanna make sure it's really blended. And then I'm gonna wipe that off and then go back in with that brown just to blend those two together. Tight lining on the top. Oh shit. I just went into autopilot and used my NYX liner and then realized I totally have two different liners to try. So I guess I'll do one on the other eye, but this is the Revolution Liner Pow. This is new from them. Okay, here's this one. Oh, is this an eraser? Wait, what's happening? Okay, it says innovative click and release technology prevents it from drying. How do I click? My click is stuck. Push the end of the liner in and lay the pen flat for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. while the ink is released. An interesting idea that I've never seen done before, which I always appreciate. Love an innovative idea. However, you'd have to remember to click this down like while you were doing another part of your makeup so that by the time you're ready for liner, you wouldn't have to sit there waiting for 5 minutes. I just clicked it down. So I'm gonna put the cap back on and wait for that to come out. Nothing's happening so far. I also have this liner. It's the Undone Beauty in True Black. This was getting good reviews and it looked like it had a nice fine point. Ooh, makeup pet peeve when they put the tag right here. Like, why? Yeah, this is annoying packaging. Oh, this looks really nice and tiny though, now that I finally got it open. And it looks nice and black. Let's check on the Revolution. It's black. Okay, so it came out. Very interesting. So I'm gonna use the Revolution and then I will try this and update another video, or maybe I'll do like the wing with this one, but ooh, it looks really black. And I like the point on this. The tip feels easy to control. I like how that came out. It's really nice and matte black. I'm gonna do a little smudging just so it matches the other eye. Dries really fast, which is good for eyeliner because you don't want it to bleed, especially towards the inner corner. I'm gonna do the same on this eye. Do a little bit of a cat eye situation. It's an interesting concept. I mean, theoretically, that would make your liner last a lot longer if it's not just sitting in there drying out. Did the end click back out? It doesn't seem like the end popped back up yet though, so I don't know if that's just gonna pop up in 5 minutes or something. Because this one has such a fine tip, the Undone Beauty one, I think I am gonna just wing it a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna put on false lashes, so I'm not gonna super see the end, but it's super fine. Yeah, like the tip on this is really tiny. I have 2 different mascaras to try. One is the Essence Lash Like a Boss Instant Volume. This is new. And then the other is the Ulta Beauty Lifting Mascara, New Heights. This isn't new, so I think I am going to try the Essence one. Okay, let's see what the wand is. Ooh, it's curved. So far, not a lot is happening. Okay, I mean, it's looking better on the second coat for sure. And it is giving some nice separation. I wouldn't say it's super voluminous or super lengthening, but I do have good separation, which can be nice, especially when you're like layering with other mascaras. Definitely still much preferring the Essence Lash Princess mascara. I've talked about potentially trying these lashes in like 3 videos now. Today's the day. I'm actually going to put these on. These are from Amazon. They're the Super Volume 5D Faux Mink lashes. They just look nice and fluffy. I'm going to cut them in half probably. It says that you can wear these 20 to 25 times. So I would say most lashes I use at least 10 times. Okay, lashes are on. I like these. I did cut them in half and I used the like shorter half. And then I put on a little bit of the Essence mascara just for the bottom lashes. So we're coming down to lips. I have a few new lip products here. This one is $16, so, but this is the Trailus lipstick in Nudie Pink. And this is a new lipstick by Essence. It's their Hydra Matte lipstick. Essence makes some good lipstick formulas. The shade is Hydra Matte 402. And I actually love the packaging of this. It's like neon pink. Here's Essence, here's Trailus. I'm gonna do Essence first. Might do a little bit of layering, who knows. Going liner free today, getting wild. This also smells, has the same exact scent as that blush. It smells super watermelon-y. Yuck. Color looks pretty so far though. Okay, I guess I'm applying this all over. Feels nice. The color is pretty. Can't stand the scent, but other than that, so far so good. Does feel like a comfortable matte. I don't know if I would especially call it like hydrating. It feels similar to their other matte formula. I'm gonna add a little bit of this one on top, I think just to make it a little more dimensional, and this one looks like it has a little pink in it. This smells like nothing, which I appreciate. I will say my lips, like you can really see every crack in them right now. I don't think either of those are particularly smoothing over the lines, at least maybe that was mostly the Essence. But I'm gonna apply this Flower Beauty over top. This reminds me, just like the idea of it, of the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump that I love. It's a plump up gloss stick. Similar kind of concept where you click it up from the bottom. And this is in the shade Sizzle. The watermelon scent is like lingering. I can still smell it. See what this does? Okay, that's what we needed. On top of that, it's pretty. It doesn't look like it super smoothed out the lines like the Tarte one does. Definitely doesn't feel as moisturizing as the Tarte one. Feels more lightweight. Here's the color on its own. Smells like a very light vanilla. Actually, now that it's on though, it has a little bit of a minty feel like the Tarte one, which I like. Yeah, you can feel like a little tingle actually. Okay, so I think this is the final look. All makeup under $15–16. So I'm gonna go through some of the standouts and then things that I could think you could definitely pass on. Keep in mind, these are obviously initial first impressions. I do update on products in speed reviews videos and other videos. So these are just like the things that I'm initially really drawn to. Thoughts could change. First of all, the Flower Beauty Concealer. I wish I just went in with this without the Essence one underneath, because this looks beautiful, like looks beautiful on the center of my face, under my eyes. I was looking at it in the bathroom mirror and I'm really liking this. I like the shade. It looks nice and brightening, and just the finish of it does seem interesting. I don't know why they're calling it a serum concealer, because to me, it doesn't seem like anything like a serum concealer. I feel like they should have just called it like a smoothing concealer. I am excited to keep trying this one because I feel like it has potential. And the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Pressed Powder as well. I am really excited to try again because it looks nice and like finely milled. It doesn't look powdery on my face. It's keeping the glow. My face definitely still looks glowy, but it doesn't look like overboard. And it does have just like a nice soft kind of finish. And even over my pores, I was thinking this might be like too much over my pores, too glowy, but it is looking nice. The Essence blushes are looking pretty. I feel like if you have fair skin, they're definitely pigmented. I mean, the lightest one I guess you could use, but this one to me seems like almost more of a blush topper. I think the berry one for me is definitely going to be more of a tanner shade. So if anything, I think Rosy Rosewood is probably the one I'll use when I don't have tanner on. Definitely giving a glow. Definite standout, the Woe Glow. I'm excited to put this on my face again. I think this looks super similar, if not like identical or even slightly better than the Supergoop Glow Screen. Really excited about this, and the fact that it's much more affordable than the Glow Screen. This one was a pleasant surprise. What's stuck on here? The Butter Glow by Physicians Formula. I mean, I like it. I would use it again for sure. I think it's looking really pretty on my forehead. I like the tone of it. I think I would pass on the Essence blush just because the scent is, oh my god, so wild, so strong. I think I would also pass on the LA Girl quad. Like I said, it's fine. I like how the eyes turned out, but I don't think it's one that you need to like go out of your way to buy. Skip the Essence concealer, hard pass on that one. I think just because of the scent of the Essence lipstick, it's a no for me. I don't see myself wanting to reach for this just because of how strong the watermelon scent is, but the shade is pretty and I like the final shade that we have going on. I think that was everything. I think that's the wrap up. All of the products I tried today will be listed down below in the description box. Updates will be coming, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.